I want to context this podcast sort of to say that like we are not professionals, like
Yeah.
darker players.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like we should
Yeah, because
definitely
like we have,
we're both 1,000-hour players, but like we got jobs.
we have jobs. So I guess we haven't really figured out what we're gonna call this thing. So it's
You
one of
want to
those
head
like
to the
fuck it.
darkest pod right now?
We're yeah, let's do that. But I figured it's one of those like fuck it, we're doing it live. We're just gonna figure out the name of the podcast on the go. We don't even have a YouTube channel, but it's going up.
We'll do it live.
We're doing it live.
I just recently saw that clip.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That original clip.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, I mean, it's one of those things like we need to talk about, what's the state of Dark and Darker? Do we like this patch? I think that's like a good starting point. Like, is this a W patch?
I think the wipe's good, and I think all the patches since the wipe have been improvements to the game.
Yeah. So just for context, today they nerfed Druid again.
Yeah.
They actually like tanked pretty much every single stat, including just everything, especially like regarding the penguin. For the penguin.
Just the penguin. Yeah, they did the penguin.
I guess. Yeah.
This patch.
Yeah.
And pretty much the stuff that anybody's been bitching about, which is penguin, which is kind of troll anyway, but whatever. And then the bargain, the Faustian bargain, the Goblin Warrior's attack speed. You could like combo like a regular goblin, not even like a red or a black one. You could just combo the attack indefinitely. And
wait, really?
F everybody up. Yeah, it would just like keep swinging. Plus, you could jump attack.
Yeah.
So you would just jump attack in, and they did turn off the Faustian bargain for high roller. I think they did that a patch ago though, not this patch.
Honestly, I don't mind that too much.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Just because, like, I feel like High Roller should be the truest form of the game. Like, Faustian Bargain is, like,
the most competitive form, yeah.
Like...
The least amount of, like, cheesiness.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, what do you think about the wipe and the patches?
I mean, so far it's been really good. All the classes feel relatively strong. I think maybe that's in part to the weapon spread damage being taken down, so like you don't feel so overwhelmed by somebody that just has like straight up, better gear.
Yeah.
I guess the potential for outplay is just better. I like the water map. I like the idea of the water map. I like the open concept of it, and this is actually something I was talking to somebody yesterday. I forget exactly who it was, but we were like both basically saying the same thing, that like the map looks great, but what really sucks about it is the traversal, like, because the reason people like crypts and ruins so much is because you can traverse the map, sometimes maybe a little too easily, but at least you can move around the map. But like,
yeah, I think ruins is too easily, and crypts is just right. Everybody loves crypts. It's pretty much unanimously everyone's favorite.
Yeah, and then the extreme example of that is you have ice caves, which everybody hates. Yeah,
and like Goblin Caves is like almost on ruins level, where it's also pretty easy to move across the map.
Yeah, maybe that's maybe a little too easy
with the mobs.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of it has to do with the mobs. And the thing with the water map, even if they make water making it moving in the water faster or whatever, the fact that there's no sound means you're like never really safe, because somebody can just like how a rogue can sneak up on you on any other map, pretty much anybody can sneak up on you on the water map if they want to.
Yeah.
Like they can just, like I've gotten someone like a barbarian swim up right behind me and I didn't even hear him.
Yeah, that's true. And the freaking penguins.
Or a penguin.
I was playing when I was playing by myself, just doing like Squire to Riches, or not Squire to Riches. I was just playing with like other people. Dude, I kept getting run up on by like teams of penguins. Like you had entire teams. People had just like queued in just to play penguin together.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, all right, this is how we're gonna roll.
Yeah. I think the aesthetic of the water map is super cool, and I even think the layout is really cool.
I agree.
I just think, I don't know. I think part of it too, though, is just learning. Like the players have to learn the best way to get across the map, because there is zip lines, there is rowboats, there is, the jet stream things. I think it's more like you have to make like a calculated decision on when to be in the water. But right now we're just kind of like, hey, what's down here? And we're just kind of moseying around, looting or whatever, discovering stuff, and then bang, we're getting penguin jumped.
Do you feel like damn it, what was I gonna say? I just totally forgot.
Do I feel like something about the water map?
Yeah, something about the water. Well, okay, I guess my thought was, with that conversation I was having with a guy yesterday, we kind of both landed on the same thing as just so hard to traverse the map that it'd be really cool if there was like almost like bridges connecting the different areas, but it doesn't have to be like actual like verbatim bridges. It could just be like broken boats and planks and shit that you can jump on, just to get you across without having to go into the water.
Just more random land masses in the water.
Yeah, random, exactly. Random land
masses. It is kind of, for as big as it is kind of empty. I'm gonna load into the game right now just to see exactly how many land masses are on it, because they said it was like a 7x7.
Yeah.
But I want to see if there's even 7 land masses on the map. I don't think there is. I'm just gonna take a look real quick.
Yep. But I mean, outside of like that, like, do you feel like it's a good direction for the game? Like at its core, it's a dungeon crawler, right? Do you think that them spending so much dev time making this water map and swimming, like, is this really like the highest value add for the game, as opposed to just like sharpening up what the game's already good at?
Well, so I'll say this. As far as like, is this what the best thing to do? The thing about this wipe that is so good about it is that they didn't just give us the water map. They gave us blocking on every single weapon. They reworked a lot of the other perks. I think if they had just given us the water map and we were like, oh, this is what you spent all your time on, and this is what we got, that it would suck. And we would be
that's
bitching.
True. Yeah,
but it's like they did do a lot of other stuff, and it seems like they have a big team where they are working on the quality of life stuff or sharpening the game, like you said, while also adding content. And people do need new content. Yeah, I know me and you love to just play Crypts over and over, but a lot of people do like the new map, and I think a lot of people get different like satisfaction out of the game for different reasons.
Yeah.
No,
I like the new map. I'm not a hater, I just I guess I was really annoyed just getting jumped on by penguins over and over the past like 2 days when I played. That was very annoying, but that's been nerfed. But it still shows like one major red flag problem with the map, and it's that like you kind of have a class that everybody loves, and then you give them the biggest advantage on that map. It's bound to make a lot of people happy when you do stuff like that. And granted, now it's nerfed, but the problem still kind of remains that there are just classes that legitimately have an advantage. Like you could say Ranger has an advantage, but if you tried to shoot arrows underwater, like, dude, they're so slow. It like does not feel right at all. And so I think probably like the best classes are going to be the ones that can still cast, like Warlock. If you can just put Curse of Corruption, Curse, whatever that spell's called, it's hit scan, and you're moving so slow underwater that you basically can't miss. So it's like a free kill, at least to put Curse on people over and over. and you just can't run away. I don't know. Like, they just need to do something so that you can get out of the water. Oh, that's the other part too. Is like getting out of the water is a
I
real
think
pain.
yeah, they need to clean up the. I think they need to have like more clear areas where, like, it's just easy to get out of the water. Like, you just walk out. Like, you don't have to do the little jump thing. Like, they need more spots like that where you can just walk out of the water, pretty much.
Have you seen the new bosses for the water map?
Yes.
They're cool.
Watch some people fight the stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I was watching Vincent play it earlier, and just on like on a video on YouTube, and he's like much more positive than I think I would have been, because he's like 20 deaths in, and he's like, all right, we're gonna get it this next time. But he ultimately did get him. It's just cool to see that.
Yeah, I think that's so. Just for like some background, like when you first started to play Dark and Darker, I was like teaching you and stuff, and I already knew what I was doing. When I first started, nobody knew. It was way back in the day, before it was on Steam. Nobody knew anything, and I was dying all the time, every game, and most people were dying all the time, every game. So that's like the Dark and Darker experience, like Dark and Darker experience that a lot of people know and love. Like, they like to be the hard punished shit.
Yeah.
And we were dying to like white skeletons. You know, back then. Like, it's a lot harder now, but I don't know what it is, but back then, man, people were dying to white skeletons all the time. And there wasn't even action. I remember it was just the shield guy and the non-shield guy and the archer. The regular white archer, bro, he was taking everybody out. So I think it's like that too. Like, the old players are like, wow, like a map where I don't know everything, and I'm like actually dying to just regular PV.
Yeah. Speaking of, did you see the XQC clip where he gets killed by one of the Sahagins or whatever? Little water creatures?
Yeah, I did see that.
Shit is
and he's
funny.
like, this game sucks!
Yeah.
Like that Dark and Dark experience when you don't have like a target.
Yeah. And to be fair, like that the water map has a lot of lag to it, so like you do get hit by random shit in that map that just doesn't feel the same in other maps.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's like I think as far as the baseline goes, it's as good as anybody could have hoped for. At least from my perspective.
It's not bad, yeah. It's not
in terms of a water map, like nobody had very high hopes. Nobody wanted a water map. That's what everybody kept saying. But I think everyone has been pretty much pleasantly surprised with the execution of it, and what we were, hoping that's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Also, this wipe, I think my favorite thing about this wipe so far, I think, is all the new armor.
Oh yeah.
I don't really use the cutlass or anything, but just the fact that there's a new weapon and just all the new armor, I think, is a huge W.
I agree. Is there? Can we pull that up? What does that look like? Dark and Darker. Pull it up. Armor. So we can look at it.
And that's the other thing. Everybody was worried about the hand cannon. Everybody's like, oh, they're bringing in guns. The game's ruined. It's dead.
It's over.
And they did pretty much perfectly. Like, but as far as like, it's not broken, but I could see how it could be kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay,
like,
the wiki's not updated yet.
It feels like it fits into the game where everybody was like, nah, it won't work. It's a gun, blah, blah, blah. You know?
I mean, it's kind of silly the way that it looks. It's like just a stick.
I wonder how accurate it is to like what the first gun was.
Yeah, that's, to be fair, like I don't know what the hell like the history of guns is, but like I don't know, whenever I think of like a gun where you're doing that, it's kind of like a musket and it has a gun shape, it's not a stick.
Yeah, no, it's like what Leonardo da Vinci like first made or something, like the very first gun.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't know that this Leonardo da Vinci actually made a gun, but like it's a prototype.
It's got that look, yeah. Do you think that Ranger's gonna get a perk to reload that faster.
I don't know. I think they might do something with fighter with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because initially it was only usable by fighter. I don't know if that was like not intended or they just changed it because everybody was pissed.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
at first it was only usable by fighter.
Yeah. The
Kind of silly.
the trigger time on it just throws me off because you're aiming it, and then he's got to take like a little torch lighter to it, and then it's sitting there lit for like 4 seconds while you have a barbarian just rushing you in the face, and you're like, come on, shoot.
Well, it's hit scan, apparently.
Wait, really?
That's what I've heard. Is that it's hit scan.
Oh.
So you can like legitimately like kind of snipe people with it.
Damn. Okay.
I've heard that
I'll
it's
have
hit
to
scan.
try it. I don't know how to get bullets for it. Because I don't think any of the vendors sell.
You have to
bullets.
craft them with the weaponsmith. Takes iron.
Iron ingots. Got it. I see it now.
So I think they were like fully like they weren't sure if it was going to be broken, even as weak as it is. And they're like, well, worst case scenario, it's broken, but you still have to craft the balls, so nobody will be able to use it.
Yeah, you're not going to see it very much. Because one iron ingot for 3 is, I don't know.
That's a big investment.
Yeah, maybe if you're like just trolling or something, be fun. But, okay. Alright, so we like the water map. It's got some bugs, glitchy performance issues, whatever. Needs traversal. Needs traversal opportunities, land masses.
Something else that could be interesting about the water map is like a portal system or something. Like, as in, like you go in from one side of the map and you come out the other side of the map. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like some arcane shit or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Like arcane magic, not like Arcane the TV show. As good as it is. Cool. We like the gear. Gates. I agree. What's that?
The hex gates.
The hex. Yeah, exactly. The hex gates. Yeah, I like the gear.
What about the perk changes?
The what?
The perk changes that they've made. Like all the perks, the reworks of the perks.
Yeah. Granted, I've only played with Ranger and Rogue so far. So far I like them. They seem strong. Ranger. I think strong. I like cookies. On Ranger, I've been eating.
Oh yeah.
Left
you
and
love
right.
Cookies,
dude.
Yeah, the biscuits.
Dude, how many situations have I been in where somebody just gets on top of me and I just eat a cookie and I'm able to tank an extra hit that I wouldn't have otherwise. Like, it makes all the difference.
And especially for you, because you're a Ranger player, so like that, you're not used to that, like a burst of health. Like clerics or fighters are like, oh, I've used lesser heal or I use second wind all the time. It's nothing crazy. But for you, it's like, what?
Yeah, I've never exactly. I'm a potion chugger and a bandage applier.
Yeah. Yep. I think, at least I thought like these changes were gonna completely change, like, I don't know about like almost like the meta or something. Like I thought the Slayer fighter changes were gonna be crazy and everybody was gonna be playing Slayer fighter, but I don't really see it that much. I do see it a good amount, and I think people think it's pretty good, but I don't think it's broken. I thought it was gonna be broken, to be honest.
Yeah.
I honestly think just like plate fighter is probably still better.
Bard. Didn't they buff Bard's like ability with rapiers?
They buffed rapiers in general, and I think they also added 1 damage to rapier mastery on bards. Yes.
Yeah. Like, was that necessary? Because I feel like Bard is already really strong.
I
could be wrong, but
I don't think it's really making the difference, to be honest. I was kind of hoping they did more with Bard. I thought they were going to like really change some stuff up, but they really didn't. They basically reworked Encore and Party Maker, but neither of them are strong enough to replace taking 5 more songs, I don't think. I think Encore with a 3 stack and you're building around it.
Yeah.
To do Accelerando and Allegro and you're just like spamming the movement speed buff and the action speed buff with a 3-stack. That could be
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Pretty scary, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be cool on the other side of it.
Yeah. It's terrifying.
You're just like perma giving like a cleric and a barbarian like movement speed and action speed.
We saw a lot of bards yesterday. Like, so many teams had a bard. Just such a strong.
We did see a lot of bards.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was too broken. Like you said, I don't think anything is too strong.
Yeah.
Where it's like fuck this class, you know.
Yeah. So maybe like.
Except maybe cleric.
Barbarian. Yeah, cleric or barbarian. Oh yeah, like that guy, dude. He got on top of me, and hit me with the halberd 3 times when I have like way more move speed than he does for sure. I had no weapons out, and somehow he lands like a 3-hit combo with a Bardiche. And then he got you too, as well, that same game.
Yeah, that was the guy.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he had range checks or something. But
it's possible, yeah. Because that was like super odd. Like I'm pretty sure he was clipping me like just on the edge of the Bardiche, and I'm just like, bro, how is he hitting me? Like once, twice, 3 times. I was like, okay. Jeez.
Yeah, barbarian is interesting. I don't like barbarian.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's like anything that doesn't have any range is very kind of limited, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think the class that feels to play against the most broken is usually cleric, because of their ability to just, once they hit you once, they kind of lock you down with that Morning Star, and they deal so much damage that, like, yes, you can say, okay, like, get good, you know, but their ability, they're like, how do I say that? Like, the amount of mistakes that they can make is far greater than the amount of mistakes that you can make. You know, if you're playing like a squishier class, like, yes, you can kite and you can press all your buttons right and you can probably win that fight, but all it takes is for you to one mistake for you to, like, they can hit you once and like that's pretty much game over.
And
that's
another thing
about it.
that is kind of annoying, I guess, is like they hit you and you think you're going to be able to get away and you can't. And maybe if you had just kept hitting them, like meleeing them or whatever, you maybe would have won. But it's just like your instinct is just like, oh, run away, and you're just never getting away. Like, I think, and especially like I'm sure newer players feel like that a lot.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Where they're getting jumped on by a melee cleric and they don't know that they maybe could have just won the fight if they just swung back, depending on what class they were or whatever. But because that's the thing about cleric too, is like if they build like really fast, they're usually not that tanky, you know.
Right.
At least with the way gear is now, where you can't get movement speed on every piece.
Yeah. Thank God for that.
Yeah. That was awful.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. All right, well, gonna switch subjects real quick, but ice caves, I feel like that deserves some conversation.
Yeah, I think everybody hates ice caves.
Yeah.
Everybody hates ice caves. And kind of like how I was saying, like that new gear is like an easy win. Like,
yeah,
you just throw a skin on a gear and you throw a couple of different stats on it, and it's like, ooh, new content. They could basically make new content if they just made ice caves more fun. Then people would play it and it'd basically be new content. Yeah. But it's like, nobody even wants to play it because it's just so. I was thinking about this today. I think ice caves is a product of when they first made it. Everybody bitched about people spawn killing people and just running around map way too fast, whether it was on ruins or goblin caves. And that's why they made so many mobs on ice caves, where they're like, you're not going to be able to run across the map for free. Right. And I think with like continuous dungeon and all the other changes they made, like spawn killing is not really that big of an issue, I don't think, anymore.
Right.
And they need to just take a step back and rework the mobs or tune down the number of mobs. I was saying earlier, like, you should be able to walk into any room and not aggro any mobs, or if you do aggro any mobs, maybe just one. just from walking in
Right.
a room. But there's multiple places in that map where you walk
You'll
in
aggro like
and
4 or
you
5 mobs.
yeah you aggro like 3 or 4 mobs all at
Yeah.
once. And it's like it doesn't even
Yeah.
matter if it's the little goblins. They'll
Right.
surround you, and if you start hitting them, they'll call in more goblins.
Right.
And
Yeah,
if you
and
have a
God forbid you
freaking
have to
Yeti chasing
dodge.
you,
Yeah,
and you're
God
still
forbid you
standing
have
next
to
to the door, it's
dodge
gonna
any
break the door.
attacks. Yep.
Yeah, it's just not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, the room that you have to be able to move around to dodge attacks from, like, let's say the PvE is limited, and then if a player joins the fun and they're shooting at you or something and you
Yep.
have to move around, you're like aggroing the entire like square, whatever
Yep.
that's called.
And that's another thing I was thinking about was like they've always said like, oh, we don't like people cheesing the mobs, but like if you really do the mobs properly, especially like in solo high roller, for instance, it takes a
Forever.
certain amount of time and like vulnerability. Like you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position. If somebody walks in, you're fucked.
Yep.
Like nobody wants to do that. They want to be able to, pull one mob at a time, kill that mob, not necessarily cheese it, but kill one mob at a time, not have to fight 3-4 mobs at a time. Then if another
Yeah.
player comes in, you're doomed. No,
Yeah.
like it's just nobody wants to do that. Nobody, especially in high roller, like you have your good gear on, and you just die because you had too many mobs on you, and
Yeah.
a ranger walked in or a rogue walked in or whatever.
Yeah. And speaking of high roller, I feel like some of those skeletons, like with the halberds, like the nightmare halberd skeletons,
Mhm.
are just like track runners. Like you cannot outrun those things.
I think the nightmare skeletons are faster than they used to be, or something.
Oh,
It's weird.
like but in ice caves it just feels like more. Like they're just so much
Yeah.
faster. So God forbid you're a melee class without a shield, because you're kind of screwed if you have to fight more than one of those guys.
How much have you tried blocking with like the non-shield weapons? Since they
I
added
have
the-
not. That's like not in my DNA yet. But
Yeah, maybe
that
we
is
should
something I'm
start
gonna have to
trying
figure out.
that.
Yeah.
Like learning to like block all the mob attacks with like a rapier or whatever, or your bow or something.
Yeah.
Could be something interesting to add to the arsenal. But I
Could
have
be.
also like when I'm PvPing other people, I haven't seen anybody do it to me either. So
I
nobody's tried.
don't think people have like quite internalized, like if you're a class that normally is not blocking, like your brain's not, you're not thinking about let me block. In fact, it took me like hundreds of hours to even start using the block on spear after like using it for like months and months. And then I was like, oh, this side swipe on the spear, I could just block that really easy and like not have to do the whole dodge dance.
Yep.
And it just, so maybe it is one of those situations, but I feel like a lot of people just haven't caught on. It might take a little while,
Yeah. I think it'd be cool if you could figure out how to like block everything with just like a stiletto dagger.
Yeah.
Just block.
Yeah.
Like parrying like an Elden Ring boss.
Actually, it's funny you say that because I remember watching a video like a wipe or two ago of a guy fighting a Spectral Knight with a flute. And he was blocking the attacks with the flute. It was very funny. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody needs to make a highlight reel of that.
Yeah.
Stiletto blocks and counter decks.
Yeah. But like, how do you make ice caves more fun? Kind of like getting back to that, because is it just the mobs? Like, are the mobs just super freaking annoying, or is it like actually something intrinsically with the map that's wrong?
No, I don't think it's intrinsically with the map. I think it's mostly the mobs, and the fact that Wyvern is the only boss. So there's no boss on the first level, and then Wyvern's on the second level, and like nobody's really doing Wyvern unless you're farming it. So it's like Wyvern's like not a real. I don't know. It's not like a real boss. Like if you're playing with 3-stack, you don't.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the intended thing. Because remember, Wyvern, you were supposed to do it with 4+ people.
Right.
And it turns out the best way to do it is just by yourself. So
yeah.
like it's not. It's cool.
Okay,
it's cool
back
boss, but it's
then,
not
I don't
fun.
think you could even summon the boss unless you had cooperation
4 people.
for other people, which teaming was banned.
So you would think
the
they
time,
would have designed
yeah.
it where you're not punished for having multiple people in the ring, but you basically
Correct.
are, because like if
Yeah.
it switches to aggro, it can like fuck you pretty much, just
Yeah.
like you know,
Yeah.
what's it
Troll.
called, the troll.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of a bad design in a way, where like Crips always has that like carrot at the end of the stick of like, hey, I can kill Lich or I can kill Ghost King, I can get an artifact, and they're like manageable bosses with kind of fun mechanics. Like you kind of know what you're doing. Like in Ghost King, you can have teams fighting while the boss is in there, and like both teams can make no mistakes and nothing will kill them unless you get fucked by a bug. But that never happens, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, I'll play the video at some point when we watch it. Because I've literally never seen that before, and I've got now like over 1,000 hours in the game. I don't think you've seen that either.
Yeah. No, I've never seen that either. That was strange.
Yeah. So I don't know if maybe now is a good time we can just look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me pull it up. Hang on. So what I'll do is I'll drop it into the video like in post, but like me and you can just react to it. Can you see my screen?
Okay.
I'm streaming.
I am watching.
Okay. So this was that ranger that you killed.
Yeah, so you're trying to loot a guy.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, you could have just went invis here and it would have been alright, but
yeah. See,
but you're not a rogue player.
I'm not a rogue player, yeah. So I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
So when you open that inventory, you can press invis and you'll be invisible. And the image. So I think it has to do
with the fact that he's chasing, and then
the fact that you were in the middle when he reset, and he like teleported to the middle to reset, and you were there. I think it has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Because like he goes back to the middle when he resets, and you were in the middle.
Yeah.
That's what I think it has to do with.
Yeah. But I guess just to point out the bugs, the main bug is that I go invis, and then he continues chasing. And then he's also shooting while chasing. And then
so you're not even thinking he's fishing at this point.
Exactly.
Bang,
so he grabs me, and then he teleports on top of me. And then and then he's shooting immediately after that while I'm getting zucked.
Yep.
And I'm just dead.
Got Street Fighter combo.
Yeah. So that was crazy. Yeah, so that was crazy.
Did you send that in?
What do you mean?
Like send it to bug reports or something like that?
Maybe I should. Maybe I will. The other one that I had was, I don't know if I can just drag it into the same window. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Can you see this? Is it playing for you? Yeah. So this is when you know, you remember this
like
video.
The third time we rest a teammate this game.
Yeah. And maybe I'll just have this playing in the background. We don't even have to comment on this, to be honest.
We were talking about Ice Caves, what they could do to make it better.
Yeah.
So do you think, like, I think it needs another carrot at the end of the stick. Maybe make it so the Froststone ore isn't tied to the Wyvern.
Yeah.
You know, just like something else to do.
And you did bring up a good point, and it's that like really the only thing to do in the first floor of Ice Abyss or Ice Caves is the Yeti room with the gold pile. Like that's pretty much the only point of interest in that map. And I feel like the other maps, like Ruins, you have Banshee, you have Spectral Knight, you have an Iron Door, you know, you have a ton of reses, a lot of different places to get loot. You have the Cockatrice as mini bosses.
You have ores spread out throughout the map on the first floor.
Yeah. So there's just a lot to do on Ruins, even if it's like not the best experience, just because everybody's running around trying to PvP. But,
and now you have trees to do.
Right. Now you have trees.
Hopefully, you know, there's a reason to chop trees down. But yeah, I think Ice Caves need something like that, where there's more ice caves exclusive materials that are like actually useful,
Yeah.
and not an absolute bitch to get to.
Yeah. On top of maybe lessening mob density, like,
Yep.
because maybe we don't want to make the mobs easier, but just reduce the number of mobs at least. So it doesn't take you 30 minutes to clear a module
I think
in High Roller.
positioning is the biggest thing of like the position of the mobs. Like I said, when you walk into a door, yeah, look at this fish in a barrel in this clip. But yeah, when you walk into a door, you shouldn't be, because that's when you're in Hyrule. There's a lot of times where whether you're PvPing or you got hit by a mob you didn't intend to, you got to run away from a mob, close the door. But then in Ice Caves, it seems like there's never a spot to reset. You run through a door, you
Yeah.
close the door behind you, and then there's more mobs. So you run through another door, close the door behind you, more mobs. You just keep doing it over and over. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, I guess I better run into a blue or run into this red because I'm just
Yeah.
not able to play the game.
Yeah, at some point, especially if you're getting booped around by the Yeti,
Yeah.
it can become overwhelming because you start aggroing like the entire freaking map, and there's like nothing you can do about the Yeti just breaking every single door down to get you.
Yep.
It's like, I don't know, like a freaking nightmare mob, but just a normal boss.
Yeah. It's like the juice ain't worth the squeeze on that. And then so
Yeah.
and just to compare it to Goblin Caves, right? Goblin
Yeah.
Caves is super easy to move around. The PvP areas are really good.
Yeah.
There's the Troll and the Cyclops, which are both manageable bosses that, a lot of people know how to do. It's not like a whole, you don't have to go to school to learn how to do it. Like you shouldn't have to go to school to learn how to do a boss. Like what's it called? What's the Ice Cave boss? The Wyvern? You have to
Yeah.
you gotta study that, man.
Yeah.
like it's not.
Yeah.
I get that there's challenging bosses, but like it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of same with Warlord too. Like he has a lot
Yep,
of
Warlord.
abilities that, like, how many times have we gone in there just to try to learn him, and he just does a spin attack and just cleaves you in the head, you know?
Yeah. So for
Like,
reference,
one-shots
people
you.
that don't know, both of us have over 1,000 hours. I'm at like 2,000 plus hours.
Yeah.
I've never like consistently done Warlord. Like I've done it less than a handful of times probably,
Yep.
and I tried to learn it. Like it's not like I can't learn it, but it's never convenient because I'm just trying to game.
You can't just go down there to try to learn it, because half the time it's Lich and half the time it's Warlord, and then the other, like, let's say out of that half,
then
you're
get
still
inverted.
the other half you're fighting other players, and so like
Yep.
the amount of times that you really actually get to go in there and try to learn
That's what
Warlord
I mean.
is even
Of like,
less.
you shouldn't have to like. It's hard enough with like you said, the third partying. Just the rest of the game in general is hard. Like the
Yeah.
bosses shouldn't be like you have to go to school to do them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I like Ghost King. It's got mechanics, but they're like pretty simple and pretty intuitive. And
I agree.
Lich, same thing. It's got mechanics. Lich is, I think, a perfect boss. It's got interesting mechanics.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of nice if you could do it by yourself, but it's fine that you can only really do it with 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
And even Cyclops, I think, is really good too. He's got good mechanics,
Yeah.
and it's way easier with 3 people, but you can do it by yourself.
Yeah.
But dude,
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Warlord, Wyvern, they're just annoying, man. And Wyvern being the only boss, the only way to get artifacts on ice caves, and the only way to get the stone, the ore. They should just make it so that's not the case.
Yeah.
Or, they have that room, the locked key room on the ice caves.
Yeah.
Maybe the wyverns, or not the wyverns, the Wendigos and the Yetis drop those keys,
Yeah.
and you could go to that room on the abyss, the locked room.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they like it kind of all comes back to adding more things to do to the ice caverns and ice abyss, because like Froststone ore being only on after the defeat of Frost Wyvern, then and I get it. It's like best in class, best in slot gear, so I understand that, but I don't know. I feel like they can be creative and add more to the
Yeah,
map.
they can add something else. I'm not saying they have to put that or everywhere else, but they could add something else.
Yeah.
You know, like Goblin Caves has iron, copper, and cobalt. You know, Ruins has all the ores, and Ruby Silver always on
Hell.
on Hell. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, I agree. So, well, I guess in general, we're feeling pretty positive about this patch. Definitely been having a lot of fun.
Yep.
And I think we're going to be having a lot more to talk about as the patches continue to come through the course of this season. But thankfully, we've got a lot more time this season than we did last one, even though it was fun. So
yeah, I'm wondering what their next like risky patch will be, because like this was a risky patch and it's pretty good, but they everything else they've done so far has been really safe. You know, just like simple bug fixes, little tweaks.
Yeah. Well, in order to solve the water movement speed issue, they're just gonna add movement speed to every piece of gear.
Yeah. It's like, well, SGF, you know, you could put like swim speed on the gear. It's like, nah, can't do that. Gotta put movement speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what do you think cadence of this like talk podcast show should be? Like I was figuring maybe like every 2 to 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, I think 2 to 3 weeks sounds good.
Because it kind of gives time for like the patch to settle out, and I'm sure like new things develop over the course of a patch.
Yeah, and if we could keep it kind of fluid, and then like when something big, like a big patch happens, or something, we could kind of, you know, capitalize on that and be like, talking about Rogue has 3 invises. You know, like,
yeah. Oh shit, STF is cooking.
yeah. But yeah, I'd like to do it at least, you know, once a month.
All right.
At least.
An assault, because I'm sure there's like, you know, 15,000 hour
Bro,
players.
actually,
like, yeah. Exactly.
Bro, you haven't learned Warlord yet? You stink.
Yeah, pretty much.
And okay, I just looked. I am at 2,198 hours.
And I'm at 1354.
Yeah.
1354 over here. So it's
have
not nothing.
900 hours.
It's not nothing, but I feel like I finally began to scratch the surface of like the combat. Like I finally feel somewhat.
You finally learned how to block with the spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say like that first, like 200, like 100 hours maybe. I was fighting for my life against those white skeletons, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I spent the first, I feel like, a couple months getting carried by you. So now I'm still getting carried by you, but less.
I think you got in at the perfect time where we had those 124 lobbies and we could just like do strictly PvP.
Yeah.
And like you could just learn the PvP on Goblin Caves, and that was like the perfect arena, pretty much.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was a good time.
It's some good
124 Goblin Caves. Just come in.
I got movement speed on my boots. I got True Fizz on all my rings. I got a blue weapon, and I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I pretty much, as a ranger, I could only put one blue longbow and a pair of boots, and I think I couldn't even wear a shirt. I was like running around shirtless.
Yep, I remember that.
Because there was that was also at the time when you couldn't hit 15 strength with the base loot gear from the Squire. Like Wanderer attire, I don't think was in there.
Yeah, gear and like the base stats of gear was way lower then.
Yeah, like they added substats to a lot of gear.
Like one stat on it. Like
like runestone gloves like didn't have strength in it.
Yeah.
A lot of the other gears.
Oh yeah, that was the meta was so bland back then. Yeah. It's like loose trousers and light foots.
Yeah.
That's it.
And riveteds. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much everybody's running around with the exact same gear.
Come a long way.
Yep, we have definitely come a long way. All right, I think we're good here. I'm calling it.
All right.
And then GG's. I'm gonna wrap this up, and then we'll throw it on onto the internet at some point.
Yeah.
I
think that was good.
Yeah.